airlines running on fumes as the clock ticks on critical stimulus money.
With your help, we can urge lawmakers to protect our livelihoods and stop the collapse of the U.S. airline industry.
More than a dozen unions representing hundreds of thousands of transportation workers pleading with Congress to extend the so-called payroll support program, set to run out September 30th. Without additional money, tens of thousands of employees will likely lose their jobs the next day.
We've already witnessed the terrible toll of the current economic downturn in tens of thousands of furlough notices and airlines that have lost their flying altogether. Unfortunately, we'll see more of the same if Congress fails to act this week.
On the table, an extension through next March of the same program passed under the CARES Act, a financial infusion as long as airlines don't lay off involuntarily or remove service to its domestic destinations. Now, 16 Republican senators have joined Senate Democrats and the House in supporting an extension.
You are the reason, as constituents, that you made this happen.
But before it becomes reality, congressional leaders and White House negotiators have to get on the same page.
I feel optimistic that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but how long that tunnel is remains to be seen.
There are no top-line numbers that have been agreed to. We continue to be, trillions of dollars apart.
Airlines will need the boost. TSA screening data shows passenger counts at the country's airports have plateaued, hovering between 500,000 and 800,000 passengers since early July, down some 70% from last year when some 2.5 million people were moving through U.S. airports each day. That's discouraging those who hoped spread mitigation efforts would encourage more air travel. Still, half of major airlines are blocking middle seats, maintaining social distance on its planes. Several of these airlines told Newsy Thursday whether payroll support is extended or not will have no bearing on whether they can keep that up. The crisis hitting hotels hard too. One Hyatt hotel apparently asking guests to consider contributions to its ailing business. Hyatt saying that's not its policy and telling Newsy in a statement the message was removed from the guest room TVs immediately. And Disney World is seeing more cancellations than management anticipated after reopening. Now some industry leaders are pushing for a new stimulus to include a travel incentive.
Without customers and places and events for them to fly to, we'll never punch our way out of this crisis.
But in a pandemic, more movement likely means more spread. James Packard, Newsy, Chicago.